Hello, my name is Debbie Edson. Barb was my sister-in-law and Auntie Barb to my children. A few years ago, a friend of mine who sings with a hospice choir shared the words of a song with me that they sing often at memorial services. So I'm going to share the words with you. The song is called Let the Life I've Lived. Let the life I've lived speak for me. Let the life I've lived speak for me. When I get to the end of this road and I lay down my heavy load, let the life I've lived speak for me. And the second verse is, let the friends I've made speak for me. And the third verse, let the work I've done speak for me. And the last verse, let the love I've shared speak for me. When I get to the end of this road and I lay down my heavy load, let the love I've shared speak for me. So these are good words for all of us to think about. When death comes to greet us at the end of this lifetime, our work here is done. It's a time to let go and move on, taking our memories with us. And the legacy that we leave behind is how we are remembered by others. So I'm going to share some of my memories and thoughts about Barb with you. First of all, a big, colorful, and sometimes fiery presence that reflected her position in the zodiac. Born the first day of Aries, raring to go. No fear about sharing her opinions and thoughts. A keen, perceptive eye that studied people and the world, followed by an often hilarious rendition of her observations, which was laced, of course, with lots of expletives. A deeply caring soul, which was demonstrated by her work as a nurse and for her love of her family. I remember a story that Barb told me about a resident at a nursing home where Barb worked, who had been a bookkeeper for all her working life and now was reduced to the agitation and confusion of Alzheimer's. So Barb, wanting to ease the distress of this resident, one day came into her shift and found a pile of old papers with a bunch of writing and numbers on it, took them into the resident's room and said, here's your work for the day. And the woman happily sat down at her table and scribbled gibberish and nonsense for the day, and at the end of the day felt fabulous when Barb came in and said, good job. And so a routine was established in the nursing home that every day the woman was given these papers to work with, and at the end of the day she had done her job. So Barb made a simple observation and cared enough to do something about it, bringing purpose and peace to a troubled spirit. Barb was proud to be an Edson and dedicated to keeping the family together. She connected us through social media, cards, gifts, and of course, holidays at the house, with the immediate family and cousins and aunties, all in attendance, delicious aromas emanating from the kitchen, along with Barb's hugs, love, and joy at having everyone together. And finally, the brutally honest and introspective Barb, who one day last summer in July, on a hot day in July in the pool, glass of wine in hand, of course, looked up and blurted out, I'm working on being a better person. Well, as far as I'm concerned, you can't ask for much more than that. We're all here to better ourselves, and also perhaps to better acknowledge how good and beautiful we already are. The day after she passed, Barb came and paid me a visit. I was in my bedroom, and all of a sudden her presence was unmistakably there. I could feel the same love and happiness that filled her house holidays. A smile lit up my face, and suddenly I was overwhelmed with appreciation, and I thanked her for being such a good auntie to my children. And then she was gone. I'm so glad that I got to thank her. So I want to leave you with a thought for the day, and really it's a thought for every day that we're still here living on the planet. It's a quote from the American Buddhist monk Pema Chodron. Here it is. Since death is certain and the time of death is uncertain, what is the most important thing? I think for Barb, it was the love of her family and friends and working on being a better person.